The Columbus Jewish Foundation presents Myer W. Mellman, the Columbus Globetrotter. The world is his community.
Myer, can you imagine all these people came to our house?
Selmer, it's no problem.
No problem. That's always been Myer Mellman's philosophy. As a young man, Myer committed himself to helping others. He began his work in Columbus, Ohio through organizations like B'nai B'rith, the Agudas Achim Synagogue, the Jewish Center, and the Columbus Jewish Federation, ultimately culminating with the presidency of the Columbus Jewish Foundation. Where does this impressive drive come from? It's a mystery to us all.
As I look back, I sometimes wonder how I got started like this. Because really, my parents, they both came from Russia in about 1905. And my dad was really busy working, trying to make a living for the family. And my mother was just a wonderful, wonderful person and a housewife. And as I look back, how did I get involved in all these things? You know, I really don't know how this happened. It just seemed to happen, and it came about naturally.
His smile is infectious, and when you shake his hand, I'm sure that it shows the strength and the warmth of the man. I really think that Myer is, I don't think that he really set goals for himself. It just happened. And this is the way he's always lived.
It's part of a religious commitment. I think as a committed Jew, he feels the need to help his fellow citizens, whether they be in the Jewish community or the non-Jewish community.
I guess he works hard for different causes. That's the kind of person he is. He doesn't look at his own enjoyment as much and his own comfort as much as he looks to help other people to make this a better community.
His passion has also extended into his business life. He created the successful Columbus Jack Corporation and through hard work and determination brought the company worldwide recognition. From Apollo missions to meeting generals and presidents, Myer and Selma Mellman spread goodwill wherever they go. And they go lots and lots of places.
He's seen it all. He's been every place. He's traveled all over the world. And I think the reason that people respond so favorably to him is because he shares the values that people all over the world would like to emulate. I mean, he's decent and he's kind. He has a good value system. And wherever he goes, there's the Myer smile and a certain kindness that he just exudes, and it attracts people to him.
When you look at the Jewish value of tikkun olam, the sense of having the responsibility to look at the world as a whole and to care for Jews in particular, I think that's how he leads his life.
This is his world, this is his community, his love for Israel, and his wanting to see peace. And I think that he would like to see peace everywhere. Whether it's in the world, whether it's in Columbus, Ohio, whether it's in his own home.
Israel is very close to Myer's heart. In fact, he's been there 25 times, always working for Jewish agencies, even when he's on a pleasure trip.
The history of Israel goes back to over 3,000 years. And this is really the home of the Jewish people. When we read the scriptures from the very beginning make reference to Yerushalayim. And throughout all these centuries, Jerusalem is still the capital of the Jewish world. And I feel that it's important for Jews all over the world to give whatever kind of support they can to maintain Israel as really the homeland of the Jews of the world.
Myer has worked for his entire adult life in Jewish affairs. He's been very active nationally, internationally, and locally, and at times has gotten up out of a sick bed to go to a meeting in Israel. He feels that strongly.
He believes in the cause of Israel, the people of Israel, that he believes that that is his foundation in his life, and that in order to be a part of that foundation, he has to do everything he can to help others to make it stronger and to make it work. And he's dedicated his life from the time that I can remember when I was a little girl to doing that for others.
I think that Myer is the kind of person that understands what it means to be responsible, understands what it means to be caring, and I just think that he would never question whether or not it was his responsibility to work for those things that are important and that he cares about.
I would just add to that Myer is, he doesn't always make a lot of noise about things, but he gets things done, and he is very, very dependable and very, I'd say, loyal or responsible to the things that he feels important or to the people that he has regard for.
Gee, I'd like to tell you about a few more things I've got over here. This is a piece that I received from the Columbus Jewish Federation.
A consummate worker, he's gotten numerous awards from a wide variety of agencies, both Jewish and non-Jewish.
Here is another award I received from the Metropolitan Human Services Commission.
The United Way, Columbus State Community College, and even the Defense Department have recognized Myer's tireless efforts. His family, especially his wife Selma, have always played a major part in making Myer, Myer. Son Dennis and daughters Diane and Patty have learned from the master about hard work and a love of humanity.
The values that my dad has instilled in me, and I'm sure in my sisters, certainly one of caring, very much a sense of community, honesty, and strong convictions. I think these are things that we carry forward, and very much as I possibly can, with the type of father I had.
The values he's tried to give to Josh and I are that we should always try to do the right thing in our lives, to care about other people, to be productive in our lives, to that an education is very important in your life, and that you should always be wise about the choices that you make.
My dad has a strong, his sense of Jewishness is in his soul, in his spirit, and I think that he's inspired that within myself in the way I view my community and my children, and he's done that for his grandchildren as well. He has a strong sense of what he feels is the right thing, and he's a fair man. And I think that I look upon those values, and I try to incorporate them in my life and my children's lives.
From his love of Judaism grew a desire to perpetuate these feelings for future generations. Myer and Selma Mellman were instrumental in creating the Book of Life, a vehicle that provides lasting personal testimonies for the next generation.
Our roots are strong and deep. Selma and I were both raised and educated in Columbus, Ohio. Selma Sylvia Rubin and Myer William Mellman were married in 1944. Our participation in the Jewish community has nurtured what we cherish: Jewish values and Jewish life, the arts and education, and the beauty of Judaism as a religion of action. Giving is a task for some to begin and others to continue. We have been privileged to be part of the growth and the dreams and the building of a sound Jewish community. Our thoughts and prayers are that Dennis, Diane, and Patricia, our 6 grandchildren and great-grandchildren will be nourished by the values that we have set forth. Kol Yisrael, Arevim Zeh Bazeh. Our Jewish tradition teaches us that all Jews are responsible for one another. As president of the Columbus Jewish Foundation, I am pleased to have played a part in strengthening our community and ensuring its future.
The creation of the community's Unified Endowment Program, Vision 2000, was launched under Myer's leadership. It was born to perpetuate all Jewish institutions in Columbus. Just imagine what that first meeting was like.
The first time we had a chance to talk to Myer about this was after Alan and I and Jackie had spent just a little time conceptualizing Vision 2000.
We laid out a plan that would hopefully help endow the community for generations to come, and Myer got so excited at that first meeting, he said, "When do we get started?" And Norm and I were excited, but after we talked to Myer, we hit the road and started running.
And both Jackie and Myer understood that Vision 2000 was really nothing more than an extension of the existing outreach program that the foundation had in place.
One of the crowning jewels in Myer's second career has been his presidency of the Columbus Jewish Foundation for the last 2.5 years. For Myer, the foundation is a way to ensure the future existence of the Columbus Jewish community.
He had a sort of vision. He said, we have to build a community, and we have to build our community savings bank so that there will be security for the future. And he embarked, and he was very receptive to the concept of having a unified endowment campaign, and the number $100 million didn't faze him in the least. He just knew it was the right thing to do, and he did it.
I probably enjoyed working for the Columbus Jewish Foundation and being its president as much as anything I've ever done, really, because here again, I can see what is happening. I can see where people are starting to participate. I can see where really great things are happening in our community.
Myer Mellman, a man committed to his family, his business, his community, and the world around him.
It's really wonderful to see so many people here, don't you think, Myer?
I certainly do. And I want to thank everybody for coming this evening and sharing this occasion with us.